So, in this video I'm going to explain how you can stop hating yourself for masturbating to pornography, and 10 practical ways that you can overcome your porn addiction and get a real relationship with a woman and get a girlfriend, or at least start going on dates and building up your confidence. And as well, not just with getting a relationship, how you can improve all areas of your life, all the areas that you choose to improve in. So this is a continuation of all the videos I've been doing throughout this lockdown. I'm really enjoying doing these videos. They're challenging, they're very exposing, but I'm glad that they're helping a lot of people, and I do enjoy the challenge, and I love making YouTube videos. If you're new to my YouTube channel and you're someone that desperately wants to get over their anxiety and fear in their life and be more confident, with people, with relationships, with doing the things that you want to do, you want to build more courage, then subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you're notified when I put the videos out, because sometimes you don't know when the videos are being put out. You might miss out on a video that you need at the right time to help you get through some fears and get the result you want. Follow me on Instagram. I love the platform, I love the energy, I love YouTube's the best for me, but my Instagram's getting more popular. I do tips, I do advice, I do live streams, and I answer your questions on how you can build more confidence and become fearless. Let's get into this video. This is a continuation, right? So I'm going to take my time and relax today, no rushing about. Okay, so the first advice I would give you watching this video now, if you're having trouble and you find it hard to not hate yourself, well, I understand how you feel. I went through many years of hating myself and feeling really embarrassed and ashamed about that. I'd never admit that to someone at the time. Having changed a relationship myself, I don't feel that way anymore, but I can really understand where you're coming from, and that's why I'm compassionate. No judgment here. I've had addictions to porns. I'm not a perfect person. I've beat them. I've been successful. I've helped a lot of people through these videos, and over the years I was teaching. So let's move forward without judgment. Let's do the best we can. That's the first way to start stopping hating yourself, is to stop judging yourself, because you're judging yourself probably worse than any other human being would. So you have to be aware of the pattern that's coming up in you, and it can come up anytime, as you know. It usually comes up worse after you've got into your addiction. So let's take one step at a time. I think one of the biggest mistakes that guys make, especially when they go on YouTube looking for advice on addiction, they think they're going to beat it overnight, and usually it doesn't work that way. It didn't work that way for me. It takes time. You can't conquer every fear in one day. You can't just click your fingers and fall in love in a day. I mean, it's possible you can fall in love with a day. And I know people go through some realizations in their life. I've had some, but it's not usually, the odds are it ain't gonna work that way. And I hope I'm wrong, but in my experience, it takes time to build confidence, get over an addiction and get a relationship. But you shouldn't be put off by that. You shouldn't let that get you down. Who says that getting over an addiction needs to be miserable and horrible and hateful? It doesn't. If you change your mindset and apply what I'm going to teach you today, it can be exciting, it can give you purpose, it can be the very thing that can start to make you love yourself. So you can enjoy the process of overcoming your addiction, becoming fearless. Okay, so that's very important. The next thing is to figure out how you can stop building this negative habit, and how you can actually use that same enthusiasm and time and energy that you're putting into building your porn addiction to building a positive habit. I'm going to share the ways that help me. You can make your own choice if you want to apply them in no chronological order. The first thing I ever remember doing when I was going through what a lot of you are going through with the self-hatred, the depression, anxiety, social, being single, not believing I was good enough to get a woman, thinking I'm ugly, being down all the time. First thing I remember that I did, I got in the gym. I joined the weightlifting gym to begin with. I did that for several years, got some confidence, and I loved bodybuilding, got into that whole lifestyle. Then I went into boxing. I felt like doing some physical stuff, absolutely loved that. So gym really started to help me to stop hating myself. I think it would be the same for you. Getting down the gym, working out, finding a routine that suits you. You don't have to copy me. Boxing, mixed martial arts, weights, running, sprinting, cycling, whatever works for you. Let me know in the box below what would be your preferred routine, right? Let's get some conversation going. The next thing I did was I gradually started to go out and face my social anxiety with people and women. So I couldn't do it all in one go. I couldn't ask a woman out straight away. I didn't have the confidence. I couldn't relax enough to do that. I couldn't get a date. I just started slowly. I set up an online dating profile. I went to nightclubs, I went to parties, I went to social events, and I started to practice, in public. If I saw someone I liked to go, I'd go up and just say hello, give a compliment. So start small, guys. You don't realize that the small little action steps you take, they're going to stop you hating yourself, and they're gonna actually start making you love yourself and appreciate who you are and actually feel good about yourself. All right. So you do that, you do it gradually. I can't tell you how long it's going to take. So stop pressuring yourself and saying, well, how long is it going to be? When will I overcome my addiction? We don't know. It will just happen naturally as you gain more confidence and you get a relationship. So, get proactive with your dating life. Set an online account up. Get some nice pictures on your online account. Be honest. Very important as well, to be honest, respectful, and yourself when you're communicating with women, because that makes you feel good. And if you don't be yourself, then of course you're going to have animosity towards yourself. Next thing I did, which is fun, and you can actually do this really quick, I started working on my attractiveness because I didn't feel attractive. First place I started was with my grooming. If you don't know what grooming means, it was I got a haircut, I started to trim my beard or grow a beard or remove my beard. I started to use moisturizer because back in those days I thought, oh, that's not manly. I had a bit of a bad attitude for a certain period. You might be going through the same. Started, looking after myself, brushing my teeth, properly showering, making myself look clean and smart. The next step I took, I started to improve my fashion because my fashion wasn't good. So I didn't go overboard. I didn't have loads of money at the time, but I just worked with the budget I had. You can look great without buying designer clothes. Or if you've got a higher budget, you can do that. So I started wearing shirts, jeans, boots. I just started wearing outfits that suited me and looked smart and looked presentable. And that started to take those feelings of not being good enough away. So the combination of the gym, the boxing, the weightlifting, and I did also other kind of aerobic stuff. I learned a lot from Bruce Lee, Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, all those guys, the amazing, inspiring guys, Van Damme. So the combination of the grooming, the gym, and then the little social, the social exposure, the exposure therapy, where I just started going out and talking to women more and trying. And if you're going to ask me, well, how did you do it? What did you say? Just the basics, just honesty. I didn't use tricks. I don't believe in that. I just practiced saying hello and being honest and vulnerable and saying, hi, I'm a bit nervous, I'm a bit shy, but I think you look nice. I wanted to come and say hello. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? What do you do? Really basic stuff. So it took me some time, but I slowly started to improve. The next thing I did was I got involved in self-help. I was very skeptical when I first heard of this stuff. I thought I'm not sure if this is going to work or if people just want to get money out of me. Les Brown was the first guy I connected with, and I loved his talk. It inspired me. It changed my life, actually, hearing his talk at 25. It actually helped me get out of my porn addiction. So what the self-help will do for you is, and this is self-help, obviously, the videos I'm doing, this is self-help right now. The self-help will reprogram your mind every single day. It will encourage you to think positive, and it's a muscle that you build. I want you guys to understand, in the same way, if you're feeling self-hatred towards yourself, that has been built through a muscle, mental muscle. You've been thinking negative thoughts about yourself. You've been allowing yourself to feel that way. So to build the opposite, what's the opposite of hatred? Love, right? Self-love. Instead of self-hatred, you've got to build that muscle. So listening to Les Brown, and I did listen to many other motivational stuff, and I got some advice from relationship experts before I came one. It got me in a positive mindset. It gave me hope. It got me through difficult times, and it made me feel good about myself. So self-help should always make you feel better about yourself. It shouldn't make you feel worse. So find someone that you connect with. If it's me, whoever it is, try Les Brown, he's amazing, or Anthony Robbins. So the self-help was a way for me to build a new way of thinking, because my old thinking was negative. And that was all part of me getting out of this hatred relationship towards myself, which is what I hope to help you guys to achieve. The next thing I did, I'm just trying to think. So I've just gone blank for a second. This happens sometimes. So those are the things I did. Oh, sorry. The next thing I did as well, I consciously started to face fears in other areas of my life. I did public speaking, I went to job interviews, I practiced selling, I practiced going on the phone. I had fears in all these areas. I practiced going to restaurants. I did a lot of exposure therapy, which is a psychological or a psychologist term for basically exposing yourself to things that frighten you and doing it gradually. So I want you guys to understand, you're going to gradually, step by step, break out of your porn addiction. You're going to gradually stop hating yourself and start loving yourself. And when you think like this, it takes the pressure off. So I don't want you to watch my video and feel pressure. I want you to feel great about yourself and know that this does work. Next thing I did, I found a community and I made new friends. And the way I did that was two ways. I found an online community when I first got into the world of self-help. Les Brown was in that community. I didn't meet him in person, but online, many others. But then I actually found an in-person community in the dating industry and the self-help movement, and I made real friends by going to social events. So I encourage you to do that right now, and that will get you out of this negative predicament, because porn's not only the addiction with going and watching porn, it's the whole pattern that gets built around that. And I know that pattern, I used to be in it. So I want to help you to break out of that pattern. Remember, I can't force you, I'm not going to judge you. I totally respect if you don't want to do it and you're happy to stay where you are, that's fine. Can't force people against their own will. But if you really want to get out of it and you want my advice, then great. If you're enjoying this video, by the way, like the video. Really appreciate if you could share it. Hang about, I've got a few more. We're going to round up this video soon. So all these different things, and don't be overwhelmed. I didn't do all these in one go. I did it slowly and gently. Then when I gained some more confidence through improving my fashion, my grooming, getting fitter in the gym, making friends, socializing more, programming myself every day with self-help and music and motivational music. And I watched films as well. I watched the Rocky films, I watched The Karate Kid, I watched Last of the Mohicans. I just flooded my mind every day with positive stuff, positive news, positive people, to kind of free me from the darkness and the negativity that was in myself and how my life was at that time. So as I started to gain more confidence, I then started to ask women out, you know, in a club, online dating, in a coffee shop. My first real girlfriend I met her actually in Piccadilly Circus, you could say on the street in public, and we fell in love, and that changed my life. And from that moment, I didn't realise it back then, I just stopped watching porn. I had no thirst for it, no hunger, no temptation. So I'm not saying that might be guaranteed true for you, but I'm confident enough to say most guys wouldn't be watching this if they had a girlfriend. I know there's some rare cases where people are married and they're watching it, and that there's, you know, that's for another video. But generally, a lot of single men watch porn. You guys have told me firsthand they watch porn because they don't believe they're good enough to get a girlfriend. They don't think women would date them. I'm here to say you are good enough. It isn't true, but you do need to challenge it. So all these things played a part. Okay, oh yeah, sorry. And I also, I always had a good relationship with my family. There was a period where I kind of stopped speaking for a while because I was going through a period of just feeling sorry for myself. I rebuilt the relationship with my family as I was doing all this self-help, and that made me so happy, you know, because it was kind of hurting me not to be tight with them. So maybe that's something that you want to do or think about. I also did public speaking. That gave me a tremendous amount of confidence, but I did it gradually. You know, I spoke in front of like 4 people, 5, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 40. So everything I'm asking you to do, just one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. When you approach your porn addiction with love, compassion, kindness, intelligence, and patience, it no longer becomes a burden, you know, and especially when you've got someone to talk openly and honest with you, like myself, who's been through it and has come out the other side. And there's many other people. Have a look on YouTube as well. There are other people that do some good videos on addiction. But these are all the things that helped me. It was all practical things. And it was all about, you know, being around positive people. I would even go as far to say, and I should have said this number one, right? I don't want people to think like this isn't valuable. When I started to change my attitude, I started to think differently about the way I wanted to treat people. I started to help people more. So you can always help other people in any way, and that will make you feel a lot better about yourself. And if you follow all these things and you implement some other things, these are the main things, you're not going to have that relationship, you're not going to hate yourself. If I can boil everything down now before we end this video, if I could boil it down and get right to the solution, you basically have to create an action plan. You have to write down all your fears and all your goals, and then you have to set about to face your fears one by one until you can overcome your fear, or you can control the fear, gain the confidence, and then start living the life that you want. And then you'll get a relationship, and you might figure out what your purpose is in life. You do a job that you love, or a career, or a hobby. These are all things that are going to destroy this pornography addiction. But yeah, be patient. You're going to make mistakes. I made mistakes along the way. I relapsed. I got down. I got rejected. I got hurt. I had challenges in relationships. But I stuck it out, and it paid off in the end. And I believe the same will be for you, all right? Become fearless. I really appreciate you watching. If I've left anything out, let me know in the box below. I'm going to make more of these videos as a continuation, and I'll see you soon.